Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to talk about a retreat that I've done in the middle of Bulgaria, in the middle of the mountains, in a very small retreat called the RisingSoul Retreat in Bulgaria. It's placed in a very small village called Gabrovo, but when I arrived in Triafna. It's a bigger city with a train station, and then I took a taxi to the RisingSoul Retreat, and that's where my retreat started. It was the first time for me. I was really excited. I've never done a retreat before, and I was always super curious about it, how it will go, how I will feel, the topics they discuss and that you learn about were quite interesting to me. So I did a retreat called the Wild Forest Awakening Retreat. And it would take 5 days with a full schedule, loads of things to do, a lot of yoga, a lot of meditation, and some other activities that I've done before, but I've also done a few new ones that I've never even heard about before. So in this video, I will go through all of the 5 days, what I've done there, how it made me feel, the activities, all of those things, the people, and afterwards I stayed for 2 more days, but you will see that in the next video, because then it's more of a vlogging video again, and this is more of an explanation of what a 5-day retreat looks like. So I wrote a lot of things down in my journal, all of the 5 days, the whole schedule, what did we do, so I'm going to go through that right now. So I arrived very late on Sunday evening, and the retreat would start on Monday morning. And I knew this beforehand. So it was a retreat only for women, but in the meantime there was also another retreat going on, and those were for men and women. So the first day started, and every morning we woke up at like 6:45 and we had 15 minutes of silence, which was actually quite nice to just not speak to people in the morning, just do your own thing. And then at 7 a.m. we had every morning like a different activity. It would finish at 7:45. Then we had a little bit of time to drink some tea or to eat some fruit if you want to get energized a little bit in the morning before yoga. And then at 8 a.m. there would always be yoga, not only for us but also for other people. So day 1 existed at 7 a.m. first out of a waterfall meditation. We needed to get to know each other, who were in the group, etc. I met the other 2 girls. The 3 of us were in the retreat together, so only 3, and some people were guiding the retreat, multiple. And the girls were very nice. In the morning we were all still a little bit quiet. We needed to walk barefoot to a small waterfall, and we did some tree hugging, just like cuddling to a tree and noticing some things in the forest that we didn't notice before, so really looking at the forest. Then afterwards we did the yoga hatha flow plus breath work. I was very tired from traveling, so I think this morning the yoga was very intense for me. Usually I do a little bit of yoga, but it was quite intense to start that early after such a long day of train traveling. But the breath work I really like. I don't really remember exactly which type of breath work we did. We learned about multiple breath works and how to use them and for what purpose, etc. Then at 9:30 every morning we had a community breakfast. That breakfast was made by the volunteers, and all of the people that were there had breakfast all together. So they had a full table full of so many nice and healthy, always vegetarian, and the things that were not vegan were local. So the milk was local, the cheese was local, the eggs were local, etc. And the breakfast, it was so tasty and so fulfilling for the full day, and was nice to eat with everyone together. So when they did like a gong, like hitting a thing on a gong, so everyone would hear it's time for the next activity or breakfast. So after breakfast every day we did karma yoga. Never heard about karma yoga. Karma yoga is like doing something, for example, like washing the dishes or washing the sheets or washing, just like everyone collectively helping for one thing that needs to be done. So every time after breakfast we did karma yoga, which contained doing the dishes or drying or putting them back all together. And then at 11 o'clock every morning there was an activity for the retreat that we were doing. So on Monday, the first day of the retreat, we did some forest bathing and stone altar. So we went into the forest and we were doing a meditation, getting to know each other a little bit more, talking. We were sitting at this beautiful stone altar with like candles and incense and just really appreciating nature again and appreciating each other, that we're there, getting to know each other. Then we had some free time, but the free time mostly existed out of talking to other people, or maybe sometimes taking some time for yourself. And then every day at 2 p.m. we had a community lunch again. So again, the volunteers made the lunches on the table, spread out so many yummy things, and everyone could take their own food and eat them all together. So that was very nice. And then again, karma yoga, of course, to really clean everything up. And after lunchtime, so at 3:30 p.m. we had another activity of the retreat. So the first day we did an elemental journey, and this was the first day of painting. So we got like a paper and we could paint some things on it that gave us inspiration out of the forest. So I made a few paintings, I can show them. So I'm not a painter whatsoever. So the first painting is this. Yeah, it's beautiful. It has kind of a meaning, like the trees, the water and the sky. This was not of inspiration out of the forest. This was more of like what came up to you, and then you could discuss it afterwards and people could find new things. I don't know. And then this was my inspiration out of the forest.
Wow.
I took like a bark with me and a small leaf, and this is like the cycle of a tree. So a tree has multiple cycles, and this is the cycle of a very small leaf, because the leaves have multiple cycles in a bigger tree cycle, and the trees provide us of everything like air, birds live from it, insects. They only give things to us, and we're not really appreciating the trees, but they give so much to us. Like they keep us alive, and every insect and animal. That was my painting. Very beautiful. And then at 5 p.m. we always had yoga with the whole retreat again. So not only this specific retreat, but everyone who was there. And this yoga was a heating fire flow yoga, vinyasa. And it was actually nice practice, like very flowing and nice. Like around 6:30 we had dinners every night. And again, the same schedule, like people made food, put them out on the tables, everyone would come to the table, enjoy dinner together, do karma yoga afterwards, cleaning the dishes, stuff like that. And then at 8 p.m. we had like a reflection circle and a meditation to talk about how the first day of the retreat went for us. And at 9 there was always a meditation circle, in some senses like different meditations, silence meditations, inside, outside. So the first night we did an outside meditation, a 30-minute silence meditation, so just sitting with your own thoughts for 30 minutes. And afterwards we had some turmeric latte and oatmeal cookies, homemade. And the turmeric latte I just made myself as well, and it contains some spices and some oat milk and some coconut milk and some hot water for all kinds of reasons and stuff. So if you want the recipe, I can share it, how I made it with you. Let me know. So then we went off to day 2. And again, the same schedule, like you start around 6:45 and you will end around 9, so it's quite a full schedule. This morning was actually different because this morning we did a sunrise hike, and so we had to wake up very early for the sunrise and walk all the way up to a mountain to see a sunrise, to do also a meditation and some yoga and just enjoy the sunrise. So that morning started walking, And afterwards we had some restorative yoga at 8 a.m. and that contained just really a few poses, resting in the poses for quite a long time to really restore your body again. After this we had some breakfast, but some light breakfast, because at 11 a.m. there was a cacao ceremony planned, and this cacao ceremony was quite intense for me. I've done a cacao ceremony before, and yeah, so I really enjoyed that and I was really looking forward to it, and it was actually really beautiful. Like, the room was so beautiful, the way it was made, you could feel the energy of very loving and caring, and it was just beautiful. If some people don't know what cacao does for you, I will read a little message from what it does. Pure cacao is used as a heart-opening medicine for people to safely experience awakening, revelation, inner healing, and release. Cacao is connected within a sacred medicinal ritual where intentions are set once consumed. Euphoric states are unlocked, heavier emotions can be released, and we are able to connect to ourselves and a loving energy in our body. Yeah, so it's really just pure cacao, not from chocolate or stuff like that, but really from somewhere far away. Yeah, you drink it, someone is preparing it, brewing it the day before, putting in some spices maybe, and setting an intention for the cacao before you drink it. Then you get a cup of the cacao and you drink it very slowly. It tastes okay, like nothing like hot chocolate or whatsoever, really like pure and heavy, but it tastes still okay. And afterwards you like drink some water if you would want to. And then you just go in some kind of ceremony with music and a leader who's guiding you through the ceremony, about a story of us walking in the forest and finding our guardian angel. Yeah, it was really intense. Like, at the end I was really crying. It was, I don't know, I felt very, very vulnerable and open, and it was quite intense. I think I have a few videos of me crying and I wrote everything down afterwards. I didn't read it yet, what I wrote down, because it's that vulnerable and that intense. So afterwards I really needed to take some time for myself, eat some light lunch, and really process everything, what I was thinking and everything. But it was beautiful. Like, in the end everyone was hugging, everyone was kind of crying, and it was really a special moment with the music and everything. Hi. I don't know if I'll put this in the video, but it was so intense. Like, it was this visualization, and I was in the visualization completely, and I ended up crying so much. And I feel so heavy now still, like, I don't know, so heavy. But it was really beautiful. Like, there was so much love put into the cacao and put into the ceremony completely. You could feel it even from yesterday on. There was like, there's the cacao, or I'm going to brew the cacao, so guys, be aware of the energy. And this morning the cacao is standing over there, so if you feel something in that corner, you know where it is from. And there was so much love put into the whole ceremony, and the people who were there were amazing. And in the end we all hugged and cried. And it was beautiful. But I got some messages, like, yeah, I think I just need some time to process it still. So if you're ever thinking about doing a cacao ceremony, I would definitely recommend. It's not like, you can feel it, but it's nothing like drugs or, I don't know, you still feel just grounded and normal. you could do everything. I think it's just, yeah, you open up more to some kind of emotions and stuff like that. In the afternoon, I went for a cold water swim in the river. There's a river nearby, and it was such a beautiful weather, and we did some berry picking, fresh berry picking. So good. And I don't know, it was really good for me to calm down again and come back a little bit. And then I started talking about what I went through, because earlier I couldn't. If I would have talked about it, I would have just cried from here to somewhere, which is completely fine. Everyone would have accepted it, of course, but I just needed to keep it inside a little bit. Then in the evening we did some root chakra earthy yoga, and I wrote down some amazing poses. I cannot really remember anymore now, but some other sort of yoga. We had again dinner, and in the evening we had some Tai Chi. I don't really know how I can explain this. I will try to show a video of Tai Chi. And at 9 we did Yoga Nidra. So instead of meditation we did Yoga Nidra, and Yoga Nidra is actually another form of meditation, I think. Also, you just lay down and someone is kind of guiding through the yoga, but the only thing you do is lay down. So it's kind of a guided meditation. Yeah, you can see it like that, with a lot of candles and incense as well. Also a little bit of a journey, and yeah, you can sleep very good afterwards. Let's keep it at that. So over to day 3. The morning gong went off again, so we had some silence, and then we started with Qigong, and we did 8 moves on our breathing. So 8 different moves with your body moving on your breath. So instead of a normal meditation, when you focus on your breath, now it's with movement and you still focus on your breath. And then at 8 we did Kundalini yoga, and it was actually, the movements were very nice. I have some back problems, and there was a lot of hip movement, and which really helped me, or at least like it felt comfortable for my back. And then after the yoga we had, of course, the breakfast, and then we did some foraging, forest hike, reconnect with Mother Nature through food. So we went into the forest and we looked at some herbs and some trees, and like what can we use for putting into our own food, and or drying or making tea from it. It was very warm, and it was kind of overwhelming because there were so many herbs everywhere around, or like for example mushrooms. And I have no experience with them whatsoever, so it was nice. But for me personally, I'm not the biggest foraging girl, or with my own herbs, gardening, stuff like that. So it was nice to learn a little bit, but that didn't really align with me completely, which is fine as well, because now I know. And then afterwards, with the things that we found, we made our own meal. So the lunch was made by us. And I'm also not the biggest fan of cooking, but it was nice to make a meal with multiple people, and we got the recipe actually then of the turmeric latte as well. So nice to learn about a few new things again. So what did we make with this lunch? We made a rainbow salad, we made potatoes, we made another salad, and we made zucchini, fried zucchini, which my mother always makes at home as well. And afterwards I took a nap. And afterwards at 5 p.m. we did some heart opening yoga, which was really nice. We did it with pairs, and I was paired up with Gemma, and she's really flexible. And it was nice to do your yoga with the power, like with the force of someone else, instead of only your own force and power, kind of like a pressure. So it was so nice. Just the extra support as well, and we did some hugging, and we even did massages at the end. And that was really nice. And then it was so cool because the yoga was over and we did a little dance party. So Alina, she put on some music and we were just dancing, like the 4 of us, just like really moving our body just how we wanted to. I love dancing like that. For dinner, we did a barbecue. So we made sticks on the barbecue and some bread and some corn. And it was an amazing vegan barbecue. Like, it was so good. And then afterwards we did the firepoy and a bonfire. 2 people could use the firepoys. I tried as well, it's very difficult, and like my adrenaline went like woo, because I was like playing with fire, you know, so you don't want to get hurt or anything. And I think it's really cool if you can move like that. So I would be interested to learn something like that. You can also make your own poise without the fire and practice at home with like little balls. And maybe I will do that. So over to day 4. In the morning we did some Tai Chi. I was just too tired. I couldn't. I was like, okay, now I need some time to sleep in a little bit. And at 8 we did a sun solution, sun salutation, and power of breath. So we were sitting outside and we did the nostril breathing, fire breathing, box breathing, and with arms, multiple breathing techniques, and sun salutation, just saying hi to the sun, being grateful for the sun, just in poses. After yoga at 8 a.m., after the sun salutation yoga, we also did like a little forest walk of our own, but with fruits. So kind of through the little village, and there were all like plum trees and other kinds of fruit trees, and we were like and eating them. Like we ate so much fruit. Oh my god, it was so fun. It was really, really fun. And then we had some fruit for the rest of the day as well for everyone. So that was really enjoyable. And then we did some poetry writing, and I am usually not very big on writing, or I never even wrote poetry before. So this was really something new for me, and I was really surprised of how much I enjoyed it. Like he said, oh, you get 45 minutes time to write your poet. And I was like, 45 minutes? What do I need to do with 45 minutes? That's way too long. Okay. And then the 45 minutes were finished, and I was like, oh, I didn't even write my finished poem yet. So, in the next clip you will see my poem. It's not completely the end result, but it's mostly it. So we're doing a journaling workshop with poetry, and I never do poetry because I always say words are not my thing. I don't really enjoy words and speaking, and I don't know, it's just difficult. Until now I wrote this and I will read it out loud. I don't know if this will be the final poetry or just like a journal, or yeah, I don't know. I will write it. Okay. This is scary. Words make me insecure. It is like a wave in my consciousness. It is in me, but I'm not aware of it. I listen and admire the expression in other people's stories. It's easier. It's consuming. It's a constant battle. Feeling self-conscious, feeling self-love, feeling envy, feeling inspiration. There is no solution, left or right, what is correct? A constant battle. Distraction, where are you? I found it, the battle's over for now. Next time, the fight starts again. My mind explodes. When does it end? Part 2. I'm stuck. It's rewinding and rewinding. There is no pause, just a play and a stop. Words, expectations, feelings will arise, no reality. This movie, why is it here? Is it preparation or a feeling of control? Again, this battle, it's everywhere. But I like my mind. No pressure, no judgment, easy, no insecurity, only thoughts and no words. That's it. So I think after a while we needed to take like 45 minutes for this, and then we can read it out loud if we want it to the group. And yeah, quite nice. At 5 p.m. we did some other form of yoga, forest yoga, elemental balancing, and afterwards, after dinner, we watched a movie all together. So they also have like a meditation room underneath the yoga barn, where a TV is, and sometimes they do like movie nights. So we all watched Fantastic Fungi, which was really interesting. Like it was so cozy, all of us together laying down watching Fantastic Fungi, because in the forest we looked at different fungus as well. So that was really cool. And then in the evening we did an elemental meditation where someone was guiding the meditation through the 4 elements, but I fell asleep. Yes, I don't know. So the last day, day 5 of the retreat, what did we do? We started with a waterfall meditation. It was an outside meditation in silence, very early because it was closing day. And the yoga that we did in the morning was a yoga soul spiral, opening hips and bumblebee breath yoga. Yeah, just focusing on the hips and really opening everything there. Again, very nice movements for my back. At 11 a.m. there was a group Reiki, hug and chanting activity planned. I've gotten a Reiki before, which is really someone who focuses, I think, on energy, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the energy points on the body, and they touch you a little bit and they feel wherever you need it. People can have very different reactions on it, and now we had a group Reiki. So one of the teachers was walking around and not touching us, but like sending energy through our body, and I could feel like the tension in my fingers. It was really tingly everywhere. And afterwards we did some chanting, which we did actually after every yoga session or during the day, like making some sort of noise with all of us on a certain frequency. It was really nice, like, and singing as well, stuff like that. So the energy I felt everywhere, even like in my ears. I even got like a little headache of all of the energy going through me. At 5 we did a yoga flow for courage and strength. And here we kind of challenge ourselves. So we did a handstand against the wall first, but then afterwards also just in general, and people had to catch us. So it was good for like group bonding. And as closing time, we had like a dinner, and they made even cakes, like a brownie cake and also a vegan apricot cake. They were so good as like a dessert. Everyone was craving chocolate, so that was very nice. And they also are planning on making some tea shop, and we visited the shop all together, showing like looking around, how does it look right now, and how cool would it be if I would go back in 5 years and see the end result, for example, how it's working. And we had some very good talks, and we were also supposed to do a closing ceremony, but we did it the day after. And the closing ceremony was just all coming together, hugging together, and also planting roses. So we planted 3 roses because we were 3 girls, and we all placed our own rose somewhere. And it was very funny actually, because I planted my rose, and then the cat who I slept with, like the cat slept at my place multiple times, and she was like always cuddling but also kind of annoying sometimes. And then when I planted my rose, she was like, yes, I'm going to do my thing here on top of your rose. So maybe it's for good luck, who knows? let's think it will be for good luck. Yeah, that was the retreat actually. So it was very beautiful. I met so many beautiful people who I really learned a lot from as well. So what do I think of the retreat afterwards? How did I feel? I'm very happy that I've done it. Like, I was always so interested in doing a retreat, and you have different kinds of retreats. Like, you have silent retreats, you have retreats for yoga specifically, women's retreat, all kinds of, like with horses, I don't know, you can find a lot of them. Or for example a vipassana, and then you just go silent for 10 days, not talking, just sitting in meditation the full day. And I think this for me was a perfect introduction in a retreat, but the schedule was quite full, which was nice, of course, and I've learned a lot, but I also didn't have a lot of time to really go inwards and think about your life, etc., and stuff like that. So next time I want to do a retreat, maybe a combination of a silence retreat and this retreat, so with activities but also a lot of silence time, because now we didn't have a lot of time to really be silent. So yeah, now I know this for the next time. But the place is beautiful, like the nature around there is amazing. The people are so nice. You meet people in the retreat as well, of course, who you really bond with, and it makes such a beautiful connection. And also the meals were so good and so healthy as well. You really felt full and fulfilled afterwards. I really enjoyed it there. After this retreat, we went to a little village next door and to a bigger city all together. And it was actually really beautiful, because when I arrived, everyone of the retreat was there, and the whole retreat, everyone stayed and no one went away and no one was added kind of to the retreat. So when I left with Gemma, a friend that I made over there, we were actually the first ones to leave. So the whole 7 days that we were there, it was all the same people. So you could see like friendships were being built during the days, and you really felt more connected every day to the people, and it started really to feel like a family. And also, especially the last 2 days when we went away to the village, it was kind of the family on tour, you know? So that was really fun and really beautiful. I would definitely recommend people going there. I would say if you're interested in a retreat but you don't really know, this could be a perfect introduction. If you don't want to do something, that's fine. If you want to do something extra, there are possibilities for that as well, of course. So yeah, it's a good introduction and it's a beautiful place. They also do retreats the whole year round without really applying for a specific date. You can just go there. And then certain activities will not be in your retreat, but you will have all the meals and all the yoga and the meditation in the evening, and then you can add some activities yourself as well, and for as long as you want. So you can choose for a week, for multiple days, for a month, for 2 months, or do some remote working, for example. They offer it as well. And multiple things, like whatever fits your lifestyle a little bit, you can do it over there, and it's really nice. It's easy to reach. Yeah, I'm really glad that I did it. I was also like happy to see the next thing after the 7 days, because I was ready for something else. I had a very good experience, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So in the next video you will see some people here and there, and I'm going through to a little village and visiting them and stuff like that. Yes. So I would say subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like this video, like, and maybe leave a comment down below what your thoughts are of some of the activities that we've done. What would you have, like, are you interested in these things? What are some activities that you would really like to try out, or what are certain activities that doesn't really fit your lifestyle? Let me know, I'm very interested, and then you'll see me at the next video again. So thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.